And what comes up next is Olga and the continuation of the case study with the closer look at the Bishop's Palace.
This presentation has intention to show another unique building in Novi Sad, which is part of the Serbian heritage. It's a bishop's place in Novi Sad. You will recognize the philosophy of Snežana's presentation and this presentation. It's done by the same individual, it's done by the same team. So there is going to be just a presentation of the different types of Bishop's Palace than the school Jovan Jovanović Zmaj. So the seismic assessment is going to be sort of skipped, as it is absolutely the same as for gymnasium, and the conceptual seismic retrofit solution are going to be done in the same principle as the gymnasium, just slightly different due to slightly different plans of the building. Probably most of the slides are going to be done on a facade issues. So the background of the Bishop's Palace in Novi Sad, and a bit of the layout, as I have shown on a very beginning, the Bishop's Place is in a neighborhood of this is a Bishop's Street. It's in the neighborhood of Trg Republike and other gymnasium, which is here, and a cathedral of Saint George. There's another building here, which is important building of the Novi Sad, which is a city library, and the area that we are talking about, and that's Trg Republike. So Vladičanski Dvor, or Bishop's Palace, is in a similar shape, which is a U building with extended legs, not equal in a size, and the reason that they are not equal in the size is because one of the legs is facing the cathedral, and because of its axis, it's slightly shorter. The Bishop's Place, the Bishop's Palace, was constructed in 1741, which is a similar time as St. George's Cathedral, and it is sitting in its neighborhood. It has shared the same fate as all of the historic buildings in Novi Sad, as it was destroyed in 1849. The motivation of designing the new Bishop's Place was initiated in 1855, so relatively quickly after the rebellion year of Novi Sad, but the design started later, done by Vladimir Nikolić, the same architect as for gymnasium, in 1899. The construction has started by Franz Reichardt, a contractor from Subotica, which is another city in in Serbia, all the way up into the north, up the north, who, by the way, signed a design of the bishop's palace. The construction of the palace was complete in 1901, when the sanctification was done as well. This is how the building looks like at the beginning of 20th century, and the picture on the right is showing how the building looks like now. Again, you will notice there is a change of the color, but not that massive, because this is sort of repainted the photograph. But what you can probably notice is this cross, which is put in front of the bishop's palace. That place was change of the monument with a statue of Jovan Jovanović Zmaj, a writer who is very famous, and the writer who gave the name to the school. The cross that was taken from this place was put into St. George Cathedral. Now, how the building looks like. It's not small in size, but it's not very big. Probably that comment will come from Italians. It is 22 meters wide at the main facade. The side facades are 46 and 36 meters, and the width of the legs are 9 meters, which is a corridor and the offices. Okay, so as from the pictures, it is easy to recognize that it is a two-story building. It does have a basement. The eave level is on the 13 meters, while the height on the top of the spire is approximately 26 meters. It is load-bearing masonry structure with the wall thickness, which are typical at that time, of 30 or 45 centimeters. 30 centimeters are, or 45 centimeters are internal walls, and 75 are external walls. You will probably remember from Svetlana's presentation that all these dimensions are coming from the larger size of the big bricks of that time, 30 by 15. The bricks are laid in lime mortar, and the exterior walls are covered by tiles, by clay tiles. Floor structures are likely a reinforced concrete slab, and the roof is made out of timber. As I said, the main part of this presentation is going to be regarding facades. The main facade is facing, the main facade is facing the Zmajovina Street, hence the monument of Jovan Jovanović Zmaj. It has biforous. All the windows are biforous. One should note the cantilever balcony. The reason I'm mentioning that balcony is that was the place where our crown prince, our regent Alexander Karađorđević has addressed the people from Novi Sad. Now, Alexander is regent who founded Yugoslavia and got the title of Crown Prince of Yugoslavia. You can also note the medallion at the roof cutting a colonnade. That is the coat of arms of Bačka eparchy. On this original drawing, there is a facade on the Nikole Paštovića Street with biforas, triforas at the end, and monofas windows along the side wall. This is how the building looks like, facade looks like now. On the other side, the facade of Gymnasium Street is the same, trifolos on the corners, mono, and the other one. Now the tiles are a ceramic, which are in a shape of parallelepiped. And the interesting is also a top of the windows, which one was thinking that it is made out of stones, but the recent reconstruction in fact shows that is made like a wall. The plans of the bishop's palace on a ground consist of corridors, of hallways, and offices which are facing a street. We didn't have opportunity to enter the building, unfortunately. The next level, the first floor level, is more, say, luxurious. It has a large reception area, again, hall, dining rooms, and offices with a chapel at the end. We believe that from measuring from the original drawings, that the floor to ceiling level, the floor to ceiling height is around 4.5 meters, and the thickness of the floor slab is around 460. We believe it's reinforced concrete rib slab. The renovation works have happened mainly on roof structure, a timber roof structure, which is done around 2005, 2006. At that renovation, original copper roof sheeting has been altered with Eternit roof slabs. This much to the heritage restriction law of the iconic buildings. 2006-2007, the facade was renovated with these parallelepiped tiles. I would like to say at this point that designers and investors should have a more strict regulations regarding renovation of the iconic buildings and a more precise specification of
The microphone is muted.
Olga, we can't hear you, please. Olga, we can't hear you right now. Can you?
Have you been hearing me before?
Yes, we are. Just for a few seconds we didn't.
Okay. So the main reason why this slide is on is in order to the designers, the clients and investors to take special care about the materials to be used on iconic buildings. This is not an easy task because the technologies and materials have changed, but the iconic buildings do desire a special attention. As Snezhana is saying, there is a book about the great iconic buildings in Novi Sad, and one such building to be described, mentioned and explained is Vladičanski Dvor, or Bishop's Palace. It is written in Serbian and English for your information if need be. As I said, the seismic assessment that applies to all historical buildings has been explained in the case of the grammar school by Svetlana, and there is no need to repeat that and take your time. The only thing that I would like to talk for this particular building is to talk about possible retrofit of the Bishop's Palace. You will recognize a principle of these drawings and these explanation of the possible seismic need of the retrofit. For a cross action of the earthquake, we have in Bishop's Palace 3 areas which are to resist this loading mainly. Come on. Those are those full walls here at the corners and around the staircases. The walls that are on a facade as the columns, needs to be checked, hopefully never, but if the significant earthquake or if the monies are flowing out of the bags, they can be checked on a possible earthquake, and special attention should be taken on these walls here, which are hatched. Hence, the possibility of a need to retrofit are those walls which have a significant amount of openings. For different, oops, Olga, what am I doing? Okay, for a different direction of seismic loading, which is longitudinal forces, there is much more of the walls stroke columns that can resist this loading, and that is internal solid walls in both legs and the walls around staircases. The wall stroke columns on external walls can be jeopardized in both legs. That needs to be checked for any hypothetical earthquake, and they might be affected by the retrofit. This is as much as I would like to tell you about possible retrofits due to the seismic loading, because the possibilities, the ways how to strengthen the Bishop's Palace for the earthquake has been detailed in Svetlana's presentation. So I don't think that I'll be using your time anymore. Blah, blah, blah. Therefore, thank you very much for your attention, and I call upon your experience in the similar building, and I praise your contribution to discussion. Thank you very much.